Priya, there are many food matches that are made in heaven. I'm thinking Vegemite butter and thick pieces of toast. And there's also duck and sweet potato. They go together so well. So I'm going to show you how I can combine those two ingredients to make a luscious, delicious feast that really shows off the qualities of the sweet potato.
I feel like the focus is on the duck. I'll just say that, but that's okay.
I will get to them and I'll show you how well we can cook those little sweet potatoes. I've got some duck breast here. I love using duck breast. It crisps up beautifully. And the trick is just to run your knife along the skin and just score the outside. It helps to release some of the fat that's in here. And that fat that comes out of the duck is the most flavoursome fat in the entire world. Now, I like to just season it with a little bit of salt on this side. And then I grab it like this and pop it into a hot pan, skin side down. Now, while it's skin side down, I grab a little bit of salt on this side because salt loves meat, meat loves salt.
I was waiting for it.
Some pepper goes on there as well, and a bit of pepper on this side and a little bit of pepper on that breast as well. And this is going to sear up beautifully. I reckon it'll take about 6 or 7 minutes till it's nice and medium rare. I leave it skin side down for about 2/3 of the cooking. That way it renders and stays nice and crisp. Now, of course, the sweet potato, I'm going to slice these and make some beautiful sweet potato chips out of them. While I'm doing this, I'll get you to make the relish or the salsa. Now, everyone gets a jar of relish or a couple of them every Christmas or your birthday.
Yes, do.
So this is a great way to use it up, whether it's beetroot relish, pickle relish, whatever relish you have in the pantry, you can grab it and put in there. This is beetroot relish, it's delicious. My grandmother made it for me, and I've got about 1/4 cup in there. Kewpie mayonnaise and sriracha chilli. I know you like it hot, so you can put as much of that in there as you want. While this is rendering down beautifully, I've got the sweet potato, and this is a purple sweet potato. I use this one because it has a firmer flesh. The orange sweet potato that you can get, that's more like a pumpkin. So when you cook that, it becomes very
soft.
watery and soft, whereas this sweet potato stays quite firm. Now, slice that nice and thin, and these will make some fantastic round chips that go beautifully with the duck. Pop a few of these little babies in there. You can see them starting to bubble. What I want them to do is to actually cook nice and slowly as the temperature's coming up, so they almost sort of blanch all the way through and then become nice and crisp at the end. I'm really careful when I put these in, nice and slow. I drop them in on the side here so they don't splash oil anywhere. It's smelling great, isn't it?
It is. You could, I'm just thinking for a healthier version, you could do these. I would probably do these in the oven and just bake them to reduce the amount of, I love your face anytime I give a suggestion. But, you know, that's how you could take this to a slightly healthier level, because that's saturated fats, just an option.
What a wonderful suggestion
Thank
that is.
you.
You could put them in the oven. And this last one goes in there. And then I'll just give a little sneak peek at this duck. Turn it over like that. You can see we're getting lovely colour on it. Exactly. So I'll let this cook for a little bit longer, another 4 or 5 minutes. Now, Priya, by the time the sweet potato chips are cooked and nice and golden and crisp, and the duck has been turned over and rested, we would have had the sauce made and the relish done, and I'll be able to bring it all together and show you how delicious duck and sweet potato are together. Priya, it's time to bring it all together. The duck breast is sitting on the board here. I always rest it for half the cooking time. And duck breast, medium rare. Any more than that, and it sort of becomes not as delicious as this will be. And we've got my relish, which is pickled gherkins, red onions, some jalapeno chilies, and pickled onions as well. Chop them up nice and fine and mix them together. If you want, you can put some more chilli in there. What do you think of that?
Love it. Real punchy, tangy. I love it.
Everything's ready to go, and we're over here to our sweet potato chips, crisping up beautifully. And look at that, nice and gold on the outside, and they're nice and crisp. Now, to add more duck flavour, this is a little trick that I like to do. I pop them in the pan that's had
duck fat.
Exactly. So you get fried potatoes and you get the duck fat sweet potatoes all in one, and it's a matter of just tossing it around a little bit to envelop that sweet potato in that lovely duck juices and the fat. Some salt on there to make it delicious, and a little bit of pepper as well.
I'm just thinking mine would be quite different, my sweet potato chips.
I'm sure they are
These look
delicious.
beautiful. I'm sure they're beautiful.
Oh, look at that. They look fantastic. And that one is so excited, it jumped off the plate. Now, everything is turned off. Make sure when you finish cooking, turn everything off. We're ready to go. If you can slice this bread, give me a nice big chunk of bread while I slice into this beautiful duck breast. Look at that. First slice off there, nice and rare on the inside. Now, of course, if you like it cooked more, you can cook it however you want. But for me, the medium rare duck breast is the best thing in the entire world. Now, I've got some butter on there. Can you put butter on both sides of that bread?
Sure.
Now that I've sliced the duck, I'll put a little bit more salt on the top of it to make it even more flavoursome. And then we start loading it up. Now, I use butter lettuce because it's really, really soft. Tomatoes on the top of there, and then it's a matter of loading on the duck across there like that. You liking that one?
Yeah.
Now, this is the bit where I have to take over, Priya, because it requires...
Skill?
Look at that. Well,
I won't be offended.
I just like doing this part. This is my favourite part, putting the relish on there. I like putting this relish or onion salsa, chili salsa, whatever you want to call it. I like putting this on because it gives it a lot of crunch and the pickle flavour and makes it even more delicious. And then, of course, we need some of this lovely sauce over the top.
Wow, quite heavy-handed.
Now, on this goes like that. And then we're going to plate this up. So I'm going to show you what it should look like when it arrives at the table. The duck sandwich goes on there and the sweet potato chips go on the side there like that. You'd have to say it's a cracker of a dish, isn't it?
It is a cracker. This would be maybe a sometimes dish, do you reckon? Saturday night, having people around?
Sometime during the day, I would want to eat one of these, and I would have to say I'd do that every day. Cut through there like that. I'm going to hand this one to you, Priya.
Wow.
Looks fantastic. Look at all those luscious, juicy things there. The duck as well, sweet potato. When you eat one of these sandwiches, you want to have it dripping all over the place. You want to have it dripping down your arms. You maybe...
It is, don't worry. That is very, very, very special. That is all the right flavours in a sandwich. It's pretty good. I think I can do better.
I wouldn't tweak a thing. This is perfect.